Hi, I'm Paulina, still, and I study English almost every day with outcomes advanced. Welcome aboard. Today we continue working with Unit 2 relationships and we move further into the topic actually. Last time we started answering the questions in our speaking section, if I'm not mistaken, so today we'll continue and finish. Then we'll proceed to mixed messages, which is the next thing we're going to study, okay? Again, speaking and finally listening part if we have time. Alrighty. And first and foremost, of course, as usual, we're going to check our vocabulary. I have already checked it with the answer key in the workbook, so you can pause the recording and just check your answers, what you have, okay? Personally, I found, some really nice phrases here. Put your foot down. Yeah, great. I think. I think I reckon it's a great thing to do actually from time to time, because otherwise you will be just an underdog. Yeah. Underdog, it's like terpila in Russian, but okay, underdog is a loser. What else? Go through a difficult patch. It means you are struggling with some difficulties, right? With your partner. Maybe you don't know the way out, so you are in trouble. Okay, that means you're going through a difficult patch. It can be anywhere, of course. It can happen at work, like it's given here, or in your relationships, or in your relations with your parents. Anywhere, absolutely. Everything that you consider going through a difficult patch can be this. Okay, she's getting on a bit now. It's fine. Channeled into. So if you channel into something, it means you change something you are experiencing at this moment. I mean, some maybe unpleasant feeling that you don't want to feel, and you channel it into something else, something that distracts you from feeling bad. Okay. Usually I channel into when I feel frustration again, or when I'm upset, like I am today actually. I channel into what I channel into actually. I channel into many different things actually. I can channel into washing the dishes or doing housework, or I can channel into work, or I can channel into listening to music, or one of the, so the thing that I prefer today is to channel into silence, into keeping silent. This is what I've chosen today. Single out, be singled out for, I think it's clear, put up with something. Yeah, it's a nice one. Put up with something, it means that you accept something that is not considered acceptable or appropriate in terms of, what is socially said to be not norm, So, for example, you can put up, or you can always put up with some negative side of a person's character or something like this, you see. So I think you normally put up with something not great that you can find in a person or a person's character, personality or something. I'm sorry for my head today. I went to the gym and it was like this all the time. That's why it's like this. Okay, never mind. End up, okay, narrow down, we discussed it last time. Okay, so put your foot down, go through a difficult patch, channel into something, put up with something. So maybe as far as, okay, if we get like 10 words or word combinations together with phrasal verbs, I mean new ones, okay, then I'll put them into notes for further consideration, you know. But for now, I don't see any point, okay, in learning just 4 phrasal verbs. Do your best, okay, without any note thing. Okay, so we have to continue answering the questions, okay? Let's just do it. We were done with this one and this one, right? We stopped here. Okay, I should have underlined yeah, ones that we didn't do. Okay, which people you know have been through the biggest changes since you've known them? Okay. Can I be honest? Yes, I can. It's my channel. So actually, I can tell you about my story. Of course, as usual. I always think of my own experience because I think I have undergone profound changes, really. So, as well as my boyfriend, I think. And actually, in total, I think not majority, but like 30% or 40% of people, not 35, maybe, I don't know, really undergo this profound changes. So every life consists of these big changes. But yes, if we're speaking about the people that I know, me, so as I told you already, I was married from age 18 to 24. So 7 years in total. And then I ruined my life to just to, you know, I don't know, just I ruined my life because it wasn't mine. I put up with the fact that everybody but me decided what I do, and you know, I think you know what I mean. Uh, the root causes are different, and we're not here to discuss them. So then, what I did, I to ruin my life, which was almost perfect, you know. I was like in a golden cage that was built by me, my parents, and you know, by society. I don't know. So to do it, I had to use a really hard weapon. So I armed myself with drugs, and I. So, or maybe I maybe too romanticized this thing. I don't know. So I got drug addicted, and I had been in such position for 3 years, all in all. Then finally, the first decision ever that I made in my life, really, my own decision as I remember it, because all the rest of my life I didn't even remember. Can you imagine that? Being 24, remembering nothing about your life. Okay, so the first decision was to go to the rehab and just help myself because I couldn't keep this way. Although I had only once or twice, you know, it was rare. It wasn't often, but it still was addiction. So then I started rebuilding, renovating. What else? Like building, rundown. Renovating, okay, rebuilding my life, and I'm still on my way. Okay, I embarked on a totally new strategy to be responsible for my life, and you know, be the only one captain of my boat. You see. Can you remember a time you ended up spending more money than you'd planned to? Of course, of course. Okay. The most obvious cases, I think, were when I got drunk, yeah, in a club. And as far as went over some overstepped some boundary, like something like switched on, and I was like money on my mind, out of my pocket, like this, so many times. But now I'm fine. I'm friends with alcohol. 2 bottles of beer, my maximum, or 3. It's absolutely maximum. Nothing else is needed. But usually I drink like a bottle of beer once 3 weeks, once a month, maybe even, you see. Okay, so I think I don't use my juicy vocabulary, right? Okay. Oh. Well. Okay. Can you remember? Okay, yes, I can. Do you know anyone who's ever set up a company? A real company? No, I don't. But I know a girl who is married to a guy who, so they both together, they set up a business of coffee, like they have a coffee, not bar, how to say, a coffee cafe. So the place where you can eat and drink coffee in particular. So they specialize in coffee, and they even sell coffee, so it's a coffee shop as well, you see. Yeah. Hi. Please share your stories as usual in the comment section below, okay? Anything, any biggest changes that you've watched, or maybe that you've experienced or something, yeah? Okay, unfortunately, really, yeah, I didn't use any, I think almost any, a wealth of sufficient to, okay, have to admit it. So, mixed messages. Next thing we're gonna start doing. A Chicago Sky Coach Porky Chapman talks with students during a charity event. Okay, it's a charity event in Chicago. Okay, and the coach is talking to students during this event. Okay, Bulls. I think they are basketball players, right? So they are fond of basketball. Yeah, and mixed messages. This is the title. Mixed messages. Maybe we're going to speak a bit about parents and their ways of upbringing, right? And the mixed messages we get from parents, then teachers, then friends, and finally from our own experience. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Let's see. So first part is speaking. Choose which relationships from the box below you've had. Put them in order from the biggest influence on your life to the smallest influence, then work in groups. Compare and explain your choices. Well, this one I will be very, very glad to read about if you write about it. Okay, Milan? Or someone else. I've got 2 more subscribers since I've started. Okay, talk to me, guys. Okay, siblings, life partners, colleagues, business partners, neighbors, grandparent and child, parent, child, teacher, pupil, coach, athletes, doctor, patients. All righty. But I have my own option actually here. My students. Hello, cat. I'm sorry. Actually, at a particular time every day, this little piggy, whose name is Galia, she comes to me wanting, haunting for some love, you see. Okay, but I must let her go. Galia, I let you go, right? But sorry for that. So, my own version here, sorry, are my students, because I learned so much from them. You can't even imagine. Maybe, but if you are a teacher, you can, I think. So, Galia, goodbye. She's again here. She needs some love, of course, and attention. Like I can't. Sorry. So First, to start with, let me, guys, sorry. To start with, let me just find some words, okay? Because I have to make myself use it, right? I have to be subjected to using these words. You see? You see, I think you see. So, okay, let's take first person that I drew lessons from, and which helped me, which influenced on my life a lot, was my mom, obviously, and my dad. But I have already spoken about my dad in my stepdad actually, in previous videos. So let me speak a bit of my mom and how I was influenced by her. Okay, so first of all, the thing that by the way, recently I've texted my mom, being thankful for the way that for the thing that she taught me how to love. Not even how to love, but to love, and to show this love to the person I love. It's great. So to share my sharing my feelings, I learned myself. But how to love, yeah, how to care about people. Another thing is to care about yourself, but it was something else. It was something that I had to learn myself. So she is an absolutely genius teacher of drawing lessons from any situation that you have in your life. So it's always like if I step over what, no, maybe not step over, or step over, trip over, okay, sorry. If you tripped, or if you have just tripped over, she would always ask you, what were you thinking of? Like this. So what are these signs? You should detect the signs of everything that is happening to you, no matter what situation you're in, or what case you are subjected to. Okay, and this actually sometimes made me mad, made me crazy, because in some cases, of course, when you are in a trouble, right, when you ended up in sitting with your knee hurting so much that you don't want to think about anything that happened before, you just want to be loved and pitied, spared. I don't know. No time to find it now, to search for it now. These are the things, yeah, that she taught me to do, actually. Also, what I took from my mom. Yeah, be positive. In general, be positive about life. Right? So keep things fresh, right? Pride yourself on. Yeah, she prided me so much on anything I did. And I think it even spoiled me a bit, just because I expect the same things from other people. But the main thing was to learn how to pride myself on anything that I do myself, you know? I mean, I am the person, apart from mom, that can pride myself on anything, but everything, okay? Also, what else? Okay, these are the main things. Next are my students, okay? Because okay, give me a minute. Okay, I am a social animal, right to the core, right? And this means that I learn and I grow when I am in touch with people, and while I am communicating, while I'm working, and develop socially, you know. That's why my students are all together the people who influence me so much. And I drew so many lessons. I have drawn, sorry, so many lessons since I started teaching. And these lessons concern all spheres of my life, absolutely. My professional sphere, me as a professional, me as a individual, me as a person, just a person, I mean a human being. So if to be precise, I can tell you, for example, I have a student who comes regularly. She's an adult, actually. She's 36 or something. She has 2 kids, and I taught her kids as well. But then finally we ended up having lessons together. As far as I don't fancy teaching kids at all. So she's a person who learns everything as I did when I was a kid. She learns from the rules. So she learns the rule, and this is how her mechanisms work. So she learns the rule, and then she learns the examples, and she practices, and this is how it all grows. And but at some point, sometimes it's so insane, because it seems to me that she builds a sentence every time. Like each time she remembers the rule to build a sentence. Nothing on a fly, nothing like a flow. No, every time it's hard working. And there were some moments that may well, I'm just looking at this phrase, may well prove to be crucial, actually. So the moment that I texted her that I can't be her teacher anymore, as far as I don't see any progress that she's expecting to have, and maybe I'm just not the right person to teach her, or she needs some new other methodology approach, or even try to work in group. But she didn't read this message, and in a few hours, in a matter of few hours, I rethought. I changed my mind. Okay. And these hours were sufficient to determine whether we will be okay or not. And since then, right after that moment, the next lesson, the very next lesson, it was like a devastation. It was an explosion. She blew my mind, absolutely. And we still keep things fresh, and it's great. Okay. And recently I've told her the story. So, sorry, maybe I can just return to you. I think I should have done it like 20 minutes before, right? So recently I've told her that this story, that I had texted her such a message, and she was so shocked about this because I never show my emotions, my maybe frustration or my exhaustion. So I show nothing usually. All right. So she was pretty astonished, and she told me that sometimes you just need to move on, no matter what is happening, how difficult it is, or whether you're going through a difficult patch or not. There are times of going ups, yeah, and times of falling downs, going downs. Okay, okay. and you need to just move on, okay? Hi. Whew, that's it. All right, that's it. The thing that is left for now is the listening. Maybe we can listen to for the first time, all right? And tomorrow, not tomorrow, on Tuesday, on Wednesday, we'll listen to the second. So first listen for gist again, then listen for details. So listen to 5 people talking about a young man called Toby and an incident he's been involved in. Toby and incident. Okay. Decide who each speaker is. Sorry, 5 people talking about a one man. 5 different people. Okay, nice. It means maybe that they are all witnesses, yeah, of this incident. So who each speaker is and what their relationship to Toby is. Okay. Righty. What you think the incident they refer to was. Okay. Number 6.
Track 6.
I can barely hear you.
1. When he was a toddler, I'd do the childcare most days, and he was always a bit of a handful. I did try and instill a bit of discipline into him, but I'm not sure it really happened at home. My son would shout and tell him off, but then he'd burst into tears and his mother would comfort him. So, totally mixed messages. I knew it would come to no good, but you can't really interfere, can you? Not that he's all bad. He's helped me out sometimes since I've been unsteady on my feet. But really, if it's true, I hope they treat him severely. It's what he needs to get back on the straight and narrow. 2. The frustrating thing is he's a bright lad, but I would say he has a stubborn streak, and he's been prone to outbursts and answering back. I remember once I asked him to change desks to sit next to this girl, and he just wouldn't. Just refused point blank. And then we got into this ridiculous confrontation with neither of us willing to back down. I had to call ahead in the end. So yeah, I guess it doesn't entirely surprise me he's ended up in this kind of trouble. What should happen now? Well, he should obviously be punished, but after that I'd still give him another chance rather than exclude him permanently. I'm sure he'll learn. 3.
Oh yeah, hugely talented, and I would have thought he could go all the way and turn professional, so this has come as a big shock. Maybe there's more to it than appears to be the case. He certainly conducted himself well here. You know, I pushed him hard, but he's just taken that in his stride and done everything I've asked of him. He's had the odd dispute on the pitch, but I always took that to be part of the game, rather than something particular to him. He confided that his parents were going through a rough patch, and I was aware that he had a few issues at school, but I think training and matches were always an escape from that, and I made sure he was always focused. Hopefully, this is just a setback, rather than the end of his career prospects.
4.
I've been treating him since he came in here. He suffered some quite severe blows, but the operation went very well. It helped he was in remarkably good health for someone of his age, and although he's a little frail now, I'd expect him to make a complete recovery. We're going to monitor him for a few more days, but we'll probably discharge him next week. From what I understand, he's still a bit confused about what happened, but he seems to think the young man who was arrested had actually come to his aid.
5. He's in my class, and we kind of went out for a while. He can turn on the charm and that, but he was just too unreliable. When it came down to it, the only thing he was committed to was his football. We'd arrange something, but then he'd be like, "Oh, the coach wants to put us through our paces," or "Coach says we're getting complacent, got to stay on. Early night, coach says I've got to conserve my energy for the game." I said, "You might as well go out with coach, because you've let me down too often." I probably would have stayed with him if he'd apologised, but he's too proud, and he just walked away. It was cold. It's been awkward in class. I actually saw him the night it happened at this friend's party.
I don't know what was up with him. He was acting strangely, staring at the people I was with, and there was like a bit of a scene, but I still doubt he'd do something like that.
Nice. So, as far as I got it, so speaker one, okay, speaker one is grandmother. Maybe we'll check it next time, not today. Speaker two, head teacher, yeah. Or, I mean, teacher, right? Or how to say, head of the school, right? Head of the school. Otherwise, who would be able to expel him or not, right? Speaker three, coach, right? Speaker four, a doctor. Speaker five is a his classmates and girlfriend. And okay, we'll see next time, of course. Okay. Control A, that's all done. All right. Okay, we have to stop now as far as the lesson is over. Actually, it's already 30 minutes. So thanks for watching. Have a nice day. See you on Wednesday. Goodbye.